Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Part 2, The Sequel Continued.
A podcast where we watch movies with some friends, discuss it, and then think up a sequel that Tubi might just let us do.
we might own the rights to Tubi's next original. I am your roommate, Roger.
And I'm your roommate, Xavier.
And this week we have a brand new roommate. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mr. Nickel. First name
Mr.
Mr.
Nickel?
Last name Nickel. You can call me
First
Nickel if
name
you're my
Mr.
buddy.
Nickel, I'm going to assume we're buddies because that's what I'm going to call you.
We're buddies, we're
throughout the
pals.
podcast. Yeah, buddy pals. Mr. Nickel, what do you do?
Oh, hi. I'm a professional full-time writer and script doctor. If you want some credentials on there, I have worked for Hasbro, Universal, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, Disney, Shout Factory, a bunch of other stuff. You haven't seen or heard any of my work. Maybe if you played Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, the mobile game, I did some stuff on there. But yeah, I exist in the shadows, quietly adding puns and pop culture references to other people's work.
Well, we're excited to hear it because we're gonna need all the help we can get on making a sequel to the movie we watched this week, which Xavier will now explain.
Yes, this week we watched Dead Zone, the Tubi original of this past year, 2022, about a group of some kind of military unit that goes into a heavily radiated dead zone in order to retrieve some vaccinations to help solve a zombie mutation. This was it was a little heavy on the vaccination stuff.
I want to be
In the direction you weren't expecting.
real right off the bat here. If we're going to go on that, I want to say this movie does not know what a vaccine is.
At all.
No, it
And
doesn't.
so this movie mistook the word antidote or perhaps anti-venom or
Antigens?
antigens maybe, to be very clear on a vaccine, which I do believe are important, political, right at
Of
the
course,
top here.
yes.
But a vaccine trains your body to produce antibodies to fight off a possible virus. It doesn't guarantee not getting the virus, and it doesn't guarantee killing the virus, certainly, if it's already in your system. It doesn't work like that at all. But this movie has special vaccines where if you already are infected and inject a vaccine, instant cure.
Yes. It is a miracle of science. This movie definitely knows what the future is like. So we're going to get into it. Starting out, I want to say, I was telling Nickel this earlier. Not often while watching a movie do I get angry. This movie made me viscerally upset. Nickel had somewhat of a similar experience while
I want to
watching
be real
it.
clear before we get started, because there is the world in which someone who touched this film is listening to this right now. And every time a movie gets made from a person's thoughts into the ability for a stranger to watch it, that is a small miracle. It is a lot of work of many different people putting in long
Yes.
hours to produce something. And I want to be very clear, you should not have made this movie. It is bad.
Well
I
put.
understand that you worked real hard on it and you put effort in. You goofed and you did
Yeah.
not make a good product, and you should not have released it to the public.
You should feel very bad.
Hopefully you got some training out of it and you can do better the next time.
If they got to work
had
with Michael J.
to-
White, I would be okay.
I had to stop the movie, go down an elevator 8 floors, and walk down an alley into the cold night to just make it through. I had to take a breath and step fully out of my environment to get through this. And be
Really
like, all right,
decompress.
got a job to do, and that job is finishing Dead Zone.
Yeah. I mean, this was certainly one of the better quality movies that we've seen, but
Oh man, this is a
no, it
real,
was,
it's like seeing a friend's play and being like, the lighting was very interesting.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
finding stuff.
Your
but
shoes
bless
were
you.
both tied the whole time.
no, yeah, there was, oh my god, there's so much that just didn't need to be a part of this
I want
movie.
to say, when presented with things, you let me choose movies, so this is my fault. I went through Tubi and was finding movies that had titles that were other movies. So I also presented, perhaps future episode you'll force me to be on, Frozen, but not like the Disney version,
Yeah, not Disney Frozen.
the version where 3 people are stuck on a chairlift. Frozen, and then I'm like, oh, Dead Zone, like the Stephen King, Christopher Walken, The Dead Zone, but definitely not.
No, not at all like that. However, if Christopher Walken was in this movie, I think it might have bumped up
I would take an Anthony Michael Hall. Like I would
Sure,
do
yeah.
the TV version. I don't care.
Okay. So we're gonna bust into this. First, I want to say spoiler alert. If you plan on seeing Dead Zone, hold on. Sound the alarm. Mr. Nickel, could you give us your best spoiler alert alarm sound?
We're doing you a favor.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
This isn't spoiler alert as much as time saving.
Yeah, we're saving you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump into the questions, and the first question, like always, is name all of the characters that you remember. Now, both of you can work together on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Boss.
Master Chief.
Okay.
Danner.
God,
Ajax.
okay. People aren't going to know that's not a joke.
No.
No, Master Chief was, that was a character. And then the girl, I think, was Hawk, and I only think
No, I
that
don't
because
think it was Hawk,
there was
was it?
there was a
subtitles.
subtitle at the beginning that said
Yep.
Hawk Pants.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I thought you meant
Yeah.
Goodman, which I found funny
So-
that like the one female character was named Goodman.
Goodman. I write ironically a woman for her character.
Yeah.
So Xavier, now you and I did the same thing. We saw those subtitles, and I wrote down the name Hawk, but that never comes up throughout the rest of the movie.
Yeah, no, they never mention her name.
Yeah. So do y'all have any other characters y'all want to
Master
mention?
Chief. Sorry, I'm still stuck on Master
Stuck on Master Chief. That's understandable, though.
And I think I said, did I say Ajax?
Yeah,
Okay,
you said
Ajax, yeah.
Ajax.
Yeah, because one of them was also named after a cleaning supply, so I remembered that
Yeah.
one.
Some would say a mythical character, but
I go cleaning supply, or
Yeah,
I
that's
will
fine.
also accept Deadpool villain name.
Yeah, no, I can't remember anyone else.
I'm out. I'm
Okay,
done.
okay. So here we go. We have the main four that we're introduced to in the beginning. There's the boss, I guess. We have Gunnery Sergeant Sinclair, Sergeant
Okay.
First Class Ton. We have
Ton?
POSC
Yes, sorry, Ton.
Danner.
Yeah.
Chief Petty Officer Ajax. We have Callahan, the leading commander or Master Chief, and Goodman, who I wrote down as the survivor from the beginning, but we're going to get into that during the actual first question. So question number 1, the film begins with within one of these alleged dead zones, where we watch as two spec op
Wait.
characters.
I gotta stop you. The film begins with a production title that is a ripoff of the Filmation animation logo.
Oh,
from He-Man
that's-
of the colored letters going like ding.
completely
Like, it
fair.
rips off.
Yes.
It starts by ripping off another production company logo. It's very important to set the tone this way for me.
Now we got 15 questions to get through, so
Okay, I'm
let's,
sorry.
we're
Go
gonna
ahead.
move on.
Go ahead.
The film begins within a dead zone, where we watch as two spec ops covered in dollar store hazmat suits engage in some sort of mission? What does the audience learn from this 4-minute prologue? Nickel?
Zombies exist.
Yeah, just zombies. There is a moment though where they're like fidgeting with a remote, and one of them takes off their glove and their hand shakes because of the radiation, which I only know because I read the synopsis of the movie. Otherwise, I would have been like, "What the hell's going on here?" They take off their glove to put in batteries into this little thing, just for a very tiny, not at all. What's the word I'm looking for? It's just a very
Car bomb?
tiny explosion that was like, "Oh, that's what all of that was for." And then they blow up the car even more. But the thing that bothered me about that was, how did they set that egg timer?
There's no telling. Honestly, the whole beginning of Sorry, to be honest here, the answer I have, both of you did get it wrong. The answer is not a damn thing.
I
Not a
should've
whole
known
lot
that.
was explained in the beginning of this. Except I did put a slash here, and an alternate answer would have been one of them does survive. Okay? Which is only important for later.
Yeah, and it's very important that we know which one, because both of them are entirely having their face covered, which won't be a running theme. Continue on, please.
Exactly. Question number 2. We are then introduced to 4 soldiers being told about their new mission, a small town where the CDC is developing a prototype vaccine, was then declared a D zone. They must go and secure this vaccine, but there is a big problem in the way. What was that problem, Nickel?
The fact that they're about to take a plane that can't possibly fit all of them somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to give you that answer. Xavier, do you have another answer?
Yeah, quieter, faster zombies. What I don't know what the hell they called them in this.
Well,
like roamers,
the word zombie
walkers?
is never mentioned in this movie.
Yeah, I think they call
They're
them
either referred to
runners
as
or something.
infected or runners.
Runners. That was it.
Right.
I took 2 pages of notes. None of this is on it.
So the answer I have here is reports of some of the infected surviving the bombs. They are silent, faster, and more aggressive.
Drop
Okay.
another bomb then.
Sure. Do literally
you goofed-
anything.
You goofed it the first time. Try again.
And what a weird thing. Them being quieter, could they just not afford like extra like Foley work or like
I also
sound
do want
effects?
to put out there it's a pure budget move. That is like it's a radiation bomb, so none of the stuff we'll be filming needs to be exploded looking. Just radiation occurred in the area.
Just know that when your skin is exposed, I need you to shake and look like you're in pain.
Mhm.
Question number 3. The team gets outfitted in their frog suits along with a 5th member, Ajax. Their equipment is apparently so new, it's considered experimental. What sort of things can this special suit do? Both of you can work together on this.
I know they called the equipment their battle rattle, which I did write down.
Battle rattle is a good word. Yes.
It filters O2.
Yeah,
All right.
It protects them from the radiation, despite
Mhm.
being like paper thin,
Yep.
and it allows them to be completely silent so that they can only hear each other through their comms. It's also a complete ripoff of the Iron Man mask from
It
Marvel.
allows them not to hire a Foley artist.
Yes. No, a lot
It
of
also-
decisions were made in the script to save
It
the
also allowed-
production team money.
Yeah, it also allows them to not have to pay the actors. They can just get stunt guys to perform this whole movie.
It activates a TikTok filter that
Holy
puts a-
shit, I wrote the same fucking
Yeah.
thing.
That puts a thing up, and also it has a very special visor that if you're about to take the helmet off is clear, but if you're wearing the helmet for a while, it has been dusted over to block reflection, and so you can't see the person inside. It's very special that it knows if
Yeah,
you're going
yeah,
to take it off, and then it doesn't have that dust on it anymore.
Only the military would know how to make something like that.
Mhm.
So the answers I have here are protect them from being, quote, fried in the radiation, insulates sound from inside the helmet. It holds up during hand-to-hand combat. The
Nope.
helmets come with a neat TikTok filter that shows a HUD in front of your face
Yep.
at all times. It comes with an Assassin's Creed wrist blade, and
I think
a-
only one of them only boss gets the wrist blade, right?
oh,
Or
he's
at
the only one
least
who
he's the only
uses
one
it.
who
That's for
uses
sure.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a very, very bright flashlight.
Oh yeah.
So-
I heard about that.
I think
also has
it's
a little-
2,000 lumens or something like that.
They said a lot of numbers here. I don't know if they make sense because I didn't check on that. I've never seen in a movie Chekhov's flashlight.
Yeah, that was a good flashlight.
They do use
Also-
it though.
They do
Only
use it,
one
yes.
of the masks gets a little red line on it so we can tell which of the 5 people is boss, and no one else gets an identifying marker whatsoever.
Right.
It also has the little Star Fox comm. So anytime they talk, they
Oh.
like, pop up at the bottom there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I-
Flippy does tell them to do a barrel roll at one point.
No, Peppy tells him to do a barrel roll. Slippy says, "Help me!"
You gotta
Question.
say some stuff wrong so people get in the comments and correct you. I'm
Oh,
driving
you
your
know what?
algorithm. I'm
That's
driving the
I'll delete what I
algorithm.
said. Yeah,
That's
I
my
need the
excuse.
engagement. So question number 4. The team of 5, the team of, I'm going to say it again, 5, is dropped into the dead zone from what looks to be a World War II era fighter plane. Which, if you don't know anything about planes, no.
Seats 2.
Yeah,
They-
I wasn't paying attention on the little montage they did where they load up the plane, but I did catch the very end where they like slide the cockpit shut and then it takes off, and then I was like, wait, that only holds 2 people.
Surely
There's
they're not
5 of
all
them.
in there.
And then it just cuts to them in some kind of like some kind of bay in the plane or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Also,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
were they piloting it? Did they just ditch that plane and let her go?
It is not explained who is flying it.
'Cause I thought
So
Boss was flying it, but then Boss is not in the plane later.
I don't know. It's very, very confusing. So yes, they drop into the dead zone with this very old plane. They find the vaccine without much trouble at all. But because the vaccine is sensitive to heat, they are now on the clock. How much time do they have and why? Nickel?
Didn't they say 3 hours? But then they were like, we have until 5:30 a.m. to get picked up.
Nickel, do you have an answer for this?
I mean, that sounds about right. I'm going to be honest. It was active work to engage with this film. So I can highlight notes of. I was busy probably writing down complaints of other stuff. I think right in this section I wrote down. Oh yeah, by the way, if you get a Spirit Halloween skeleton and then put shrink wrap around it, you can paint that shrink wrap black, and then that's what they did for the skeletons in this.
Yeah, and it looks
I'm
great.
pretty sure I was
looks...
writing that down as they were talking about time.
So Ajax secures
Mhm.
the vaccine and he puts it into a type of storage unit that has like a cryo chamber in it, because these vaccines are sensitive to heat. They have exactly 6 hours.
That's a lot of time.
That's a long time, dude. They have 6 hours before these vaccines go belly up. Xavier, what you're pulling those numbers from is Boss said that puts us at 0500, and if we hurry, we can get there by 3.
So that's like
Which-
no time crunch. That's lazy. Taking the sights stuff for lunch. Jesus.
Yeah. And when you go over like maybe this movie took like the course of 6 hours, that's exhausting.
Mhm.
That is so annoying.
I do want to point out that when they get the vaccines, the following exchange happens. How we looking? Geronimo. Which is just their go-to word.
They seem to
That's
just
their.
pull out
that's the
military jargon.
Yeah,
You
see,
that's
okay,
not a
so the
time
last-
for Geronimo.
The last movie we did on this podcast, the Yeti one, I wanted when I was watching it to get in to like all the bullshit military jargon that they shoved down our throats in that movie. Most of the dialogue was just nonsense. A lot of that in this, but at least in this one, they try to keep it layman and dumb it down for us, but it was still too much of that shit.
Much too much. Speaking of layman military jargon, question number 5. So new problems arise when Danner crashes their overhead drone into some power lines. Name some of those problems. Nickel?
Well, now, I mean, they made some noise, first of
Okay.
all. So it's going to draw people in. Now they can't see the runners coming towards them because they were using that to scout the areas. And I think that also inhibits somehow their pickup or something.
Okay.
I don't- Also, he's just a really bad
Yeah.
drone pilot.
Xavier?
Yeah, it keeps them from being able to see around them. I think they were using some kind of thermal sensors to like see any bodies around them that might be approaching. And then they get surrounded, and they waste about a third of their ammo. I think they guesstimate.
yeah.
Because they're all terrible shot. I watched a movie the other weekend, a Gerard Butler movie called Plane. That movie had the opposite problem, where the rescue team was like way too good. Like none of them get shot, and they kill every single person on the first shot. Which I would assume from this elite group of 5, but no, they're pretty terrible. And
Not only are they an elite team, they are an elite team with high-tech weaponry and armor that should also be giving them like some no-scope auto-aim action. But no.
yeah, and then Danner gets fucked up.
Yes. Okay. So I wrote 3 things down here. There were definitely multiple choices, but the explosion attracts some infected to their location, which just from the wide shots was like maybe 20 people. Danner gets bit on the arm through his special suit,
Yeah, which
through
like
his awesome military suit.
this isn't. Other movies will be a thing like, hey, zombies haven't been a thing before us entering this area. So okay, your suit's not protected. Like, just start duct taping some thick magazines to your forearms,
Yeah.
boys. Like, just whatever. You
No
can
one
do.
uses phone books anymore. Like,
Yeah.
put them to use. And the final thing I wrote was the tension is made worse by a lazy backing track of groovy bass.
Mm.
Because that scene was very anticlimactic as they're shooting down. Well, I shouldn't even say shooting down. As they're shooting at these zombies, it's like.
There's also another problem they had, and this just comes from someone who's made some short horror films. They keep filming the zombies in red light, and that just destroys your makeup job. It looks terrible. So try not to shoot your zombies in red light.
Write
Or
that
if you
down.
do, fake the red light as like a color correction later so that you can get it just right, because otherwise you're just washing out your entire makeup job and it looks awful.
Exactly. Question number 6. The survivor from the beginning, whose name we find as Goodman, shows up and saves the day, so to speak, and leads them to her bunker, where they hastily discuss their options over Danner's bite. But Boss has an idea. What is it, Nickel?
It's to inject him with a needle with the largest on-screen air bubble inside of it that I've ever seen used in a film. Like, it's close up on, like, hey, look at this air bubble that's still in the needle I'm using on this guy. Like, oh, he's gonna die in a way he doesn't expect. I guess that's your move here.
Xavier?
Yeah, it's to use the vaccine, which in turn cures Danner.
I also think I think there might be Monster Energy drink in it, because he also comes out pretty jazzed.
Yeah, the bonus question here is, does it work?
It does work, but maybe a little too well, because I don't think they ever fix Danner's sleeve.
Hey.
He doesn't get affected by the radiation.
Goodman very lazily wraps gauze around it, therefore curing all problems.
I guess radiation doesn't.
No, radiation hates gauze. Radiation doesn't know what to do with it. It reflects it right back out.
That's written in the Bible. Something I was actually surprised that they did. They were very withheld on everyone being surprised that Goodman was a woman. Like, there was no pomp and circumstance over that, and I'm actually really proud of them for that. So
I don't want to give them that. I think they just did not write into the script that Goodman was a woman, and therefore there was no reaction, and they just cast a woman. That's my anticipation. Is that Goodman was just another character written in, and it happened to be cast as a woman, and that otherwise this movie would have called that out a bunch.
Right. Okay.
I think
I'm taking that back away from them.
What'd you say, Xavier?
I think their helmets just kept them from seeing too.
Oh, you know what? That's probably fair. There was too much HUD in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, Ajax in the movie, when he's explaining the HUD, calls it an HUD, and I was like, what a fucking nerd. Anyway, question number 7. The 5, now accompanied with Goodman, set a massive thermal trap. They don't explain why they're doing it, but Ton's suit is stifling his breathing, while Ajax is fixing his helmet. What happens to Sinclair? Nickel?
He gets attacked by someone wearing an immortalmasks.com mask.
Okay, Xavier?
He decides to go outside on his own and then gets not even ambushed, but he just gets murdered by a thing, by a little tentacle. Okay. We don't know what it is at that point.
Sure.
So Sinclair was already outside. He was on top of the roof scouting and shooting zombies, but the POV of the scope made it look like he was on the ground face to face with them.
Right, yes.
Wait, hold on. I might be getting Sinclair confused with the other guy.
Sinclair had the mustache?
Sinclair was the sniper?
Mustache?
Sinclair was the sniper, yes.
Oh, okay. No idea what happens to Sinclair.
Okay, so bouncing off of Nickel's answer, he kind of says to himself, like, there's something else out here, and then goes down from the roof onto the street level and is killed by, on screen, what looks to be a worm, like a long, tubey proboscis.
So that was Sinclair. I didn't realize.
It very importantly takes his helmet off.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets dragged away without his helmet. I didn't realize that was the same dude.
Yeah, it was confusing. There were 2 white guys, Sinclair and Danner, who I got confused multiple times. So
I do want to know, he gets attacked by a monster that owes Peter Cullen royalty fees for using the Predator sound.
I agree. Dude, there's so much that he stole. We'll talk about the xenomorph mouth here in a minute.
Okay. Oh no. Oh, we got that's later. But
yeah.
I'm excited to talk about that little guy.
The answer I have is a weird tentacle / xenomorph thing grabs him from behind and sucks his brain out from his head. Or so it looks to be, but politely, he leaves the whole team his leftover helmet, so Goodman gets to wear that from now on. Question number 8. They continue the mission by giving Sinclair's helmet to Goodman and setting off the thermal charge. This is intended to keep the infected distracted, while they make their way to the evacuation zone. Except they don't. They climb up a tower. Danner finally makes contact with Master Chief, but the moment is ruined by what, Nickel?
Audio the feedback loop.
Okay, Xavier?
Yes, some kind of audio interference, and then Ton
Yep.
gets
Ooh, nice.
captured. I don't know how to describe this, but the little xenomorph mouth belongs to a thick-headed zombie who wraps it around Ton's neck and then pushes Danner off a roof.
It belongs to the Resident Evil nemesis you get for a birthday party.
That's literally. Oh man, you're nailing
Sorry.
it. I've written
Sorry.
those things down. No, but don't be sorry. So yes, Ton is being lifted up by some mega zombie, and he's thrown at Danner, who falls 3 stories but is still alive. Ton, on the other hand, is
You can survive.
definitely dead. Question number 9. Continuing the theme of not sticking to the plan, you can tell exactly where I start to get like really mad, like in these questions, because I was writing them while I was watching the movie. But continuing the theme of not sticking to the plan, the remaining 4 head to Hanky's Auto Body Shop to do what, Nickel?
I know what you want, which is the correct answer, which is to retrieve a car battery off the dead brother of Goodman. But they also are there to shout stuff like "stick to the shadows" while walking through the middle of a well-lit room.
Okay, Xavier, anything else?
Yeah, I guess it's to retrieve a car battery, which is what they were carrying at the beginning of the movie. She takes him back to her decapitated brother, who's still just laying there,
Just laying there.
and Goodman notices something on her brother that's then never explained, because I have no idea what the fuck they kept
They
focusing
do share
on.
a moment where she's like really focusing in on his dead body, but nothing comes of it. And just to further explain, they then go in the building that they're next to and install that battery into a truck.
Mhm. Radiation bombs affect truck batteries, so it's good.
I don't know why they're doing this. It's not part of the plan. The truck was never ever part of the plan.
But did you see that truck though?
The old school models.
Oh,
Boo,
yeah.
boo, boo.
Doesn't have any electronics on it, which apparently at that point we're informed that electronics don't work during the radiation bomb. Despite their high-tech suits and drones that were
so
set in,
stupid. They didn't even fucking try. So,
They did specify the radio was electric, though.
yes, there's no new electronics aside from the radio. So the answer was to retrieve a battery from Goodman's dead brother and install it into a fucking truck. That's what I wrote down. I was already getting mad. Question number 10. I wrote, question number 10. This is all pointless. As the super infected crushes the truck and causes the power to malfunction somehow, a lot of zombies get into the garage, leading to what, Nickel?
Something that you could easily play the Benny Hill theme over. Where she like opens the door, but like, I think we're okay. Rut-row. Like it was it results in 90% of all of the gunfire they're doing being off screen, so they don't have to animate muzzle flesh.
Right. Okay.
Does that count?
I'll take that as an answer, Xavier.
So apparently, a giant explosion doesn't attract every infected in the zone, but a Ford Ranger muffler sure does, because they get swarmed by every infected possible.
It was built Ford tough, and they know that. They want to see if there's a Hemi.
Just so we can move on through this, we have about 4 questions left.
Sorry.
Boss gets bit, and they use yet another one of the mission's objectives to save him. I want to get into it. I do. I'm so mad about it right now, but we have to move on. Question number 11. Goodman and the 3 soldiers separate for some stupid reason. I don't care anymore. What dumb bullshit happens next, Nickel?
Is this where we get the line? Oh, wait, well, Danner gets just like murdered, right? Like Danner's just done now. Yeah.
Xavier?
Yeah, Danner gets caught by the big monster, who doesn't suck his blood, because we find out later it doesn't like the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I don't know what the fuck happened.
To spoil the next few questions.
Wait, you wanted to get through them?
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, you're right. Okay. So yeah, Danner gets killed. So the first use of the vaccine was a fucking waste. Cool. Wow. Question number 12. Now that Goodman is back. Oh, sorry. Goodman separated from the group. I mentioned that in the previous question.
Oh yeah, she decides to go. She's like, I'm not gonna go where that thing is. I'm going my own way.
So
Yeah.
now that Goodman is back, big surprise, Boss plans to get revenge on the big bad. What is his plan, and how does it go, Nickel?
It's to say the line which I wrote down here. He's told this doesn't seem right, and he responds, "It's not right. It's revenge." And that is when I had to stop the movie and walk outside.
I mean, it is.
I'm like, that is one of the worst lines I've heard in cinema. Like, that
Xavier?
It is Michael J.
terrible.
White, so I
Yeah.
have no idea what his plan was. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or if it just wasn't clear.
Sorry,
I just
it was
kept
to lure
watching.
the creature in with unvaccinated blood, so that they could then like use an
Well, hold on.
timer to blow it up.
You're jumping ahead.
I don't.
The
care.
plan at this point in the garage was
I'm broken by remembering this.
to use dead Danner's body as bait. And it doesn't work at all. They wait around, nothing happens. Then they all separate again for some fucking reason, and the monster beats the shit out of Ajax, impaling him with a crowbar. You know
Oh.
how zombies do.
I don't remember why Ajax was like so injured he decided to sacrifice himself, but he decides to sacrifice himself, which doesn't work. Then it's just Boss and Goodman, and I was really hoping the big bad would know karate, just so Michael J. White and the zombie.
Could
could,
do a little
I
fight.
will say everyone should go out and watch Black Dynamite. But
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, whenever the like Master Chief first appeared, the character who's briefing them, Kristen, my partner, was like, "That's the guy from Lost. They got the guy from Lost," and I was like, "Yeah, this main guy is Black Dynamite, though.
Yeah.
She's never seen it, so we're gonna have to sit her
Yeah.
down and
it's
And
Spawn,
watch
right? He
Literally
was
trying to
Spawn, wasn't
convince
he?
Rage.
Spawn, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the live action Spawn. Okay, we're gonna skip a couple questions.
Go ahead.
The last question is, this movie has been aggravating and exhausting. However, the way the monster is defeated does bring a smile to my face. Nickel, can you please explain that?
Can I just say the line that happens?
You fuck it. Yeah, that's fine.
wait, hold on,
Do it.
wait. Before you say the line, I wanna lead into this. That Boss goes heavy on the vaccination preaching, but
Yeah.
gets every single thing about why you should get vaccinated completely wrong. And then he says,
Time to get vaxxed, motherfucker. Side effects may include fuck you.
and then headbutts
Yeah.
the plunger of the needle. Oh
So,
my god!
I called this really early in the film, but the big bad is defeated because they stab him with one of the vaccinations. But Michael J. White's his hands are being held up by the monster, so he can't push the plunger in. So he says this bullshit line, and
Which
then
is my
headbutts-
favorite line. Is my favorite line since "Go with God, motherfucker."
I don't know if you noticed this, Xavier. But he repeats a line that he says from Black Dynamite. In that bunker,
Was it? I threw it in before I came into the room.
I wish it was.
He came in the room, which is an amazing
no,
line.
he says, "You done fucked up now." Yeah. So
We
we're just
skipped-
gonna
we skipped the proboscis.
look, man. We can't get into it. We're already past 30 minutes. So the following action in the movie is the two, Goodman and Boss, get to the evacuation zone, drop their dumb helmets and walk into the sunset, but the creature can be heard growling through the intercom on the helmets. So, using this knowledge, Nickel, as our guest, I will ask, how does the beginning of the sequel start?
So they start getting out of the evacuation area, and that's when they stumble on a cursed book of the damned. And they realize these aren't just zombies, they're demons.
Okay, so now we're flipping the script. These aren't just zombies that are created from some kind of disease. These are demons. Now are these demons that are using the bodies of humans, or
Well, first of all, I don't know if we do the title of the sequel right at the start of this, but
well, I mean, if
Save
it's
that to
good
the
enough,
end.
we could just use it.
Hey, it might
well,
help.
it's well, we're now on to Demon Zone. It's not
From
Dead
Dead Zone to Demon
anymore.
Zone.
It's Demon Zone now. You're in the Demon Zone. So what has happened is this is why the radiation bomb didn't work, because there is still zombies in the world. But these particular individuals were cursed by a wizard, and that's why they're different zombies, because they have demons inside of them, and the demons got infected with the zombie virus.
Okay. Xavier, can you maybe paint us a picture on, let's say, the inciting moment in the sequel?
So I think it picks up, like you said, right after the first one. So they find this book, and as Master Chief is on his way back in that same propeller plane, he's brought down by some kind of bolt of magic, and now they got to find this wizard that's brought all these demons on him. But this wizard also knows karate. So
Oh, I love a karate wizard.
Karate wizard is the best combination of words. Okay, so they find the book. They're like, this is confusing, but it would explain that like super zombie that we encountered. And as their Master Chief is coming in on that prop plane, a fireball or like firebolt comes up from like the cave of a mountain nearby, and it strikes the plane. And they're like, oh, what was that? Bogey's on my, I don't know, 3 o'clock or whatever. And he crashes. Master Chief is dead. The beginning of this movie, Master Chief does die. I'm sorry to say it out loud. But Michael J. White is not ready to give up the fight. He says it throughout the entire first movie, never out of the fight. He probably asks Goodman to like, get out of here, go home, like, start a new life for yourself. And she's like, there's nothing left for me. My brother's dead. And the entire town that I grew up in has been demolished. I'm coming with you. So Goodman and Boss head out in search of this the karate wizard to its last known location, which was the cave that this fireball erupted out of. Nickel, what do you think happens next? Give me some, maybe introduce a new character or some rising action. Give me something.
Don't you worry. So they run into because of the creativity of these movies, straight up Merlin. Just Merlin, King Arthur's court.
So the mythical known character Merlin.
Yeah, who is in the public domain, so they're good to go.
Okay.
Merlin shows up, and he's like, my, what strange garments you have upon you. Those will do no use here. And he replaces their radiation suits with enchanted suits of armor that also still block their face so they can use stuntmen for most of the filming.
Okay, and you're inferring that Merlin is not the cause of this giant fireball.
No. Merlin is going to be like their cue. Like, he's going to give them some gadgets.
Okay, I see. If there's going to be people that don't understand that.
I am upset if someone doesn't understand what someone being your cue is. James Bond. Watch a James Bond movie.
Yeah. So, Xavier, we've got Boss, we've got Goodman, and we've got Merlin. And they're outfitted in medieval knight's armor.
I also want to mention it's enchanted with a communication spell, which gives it a new color of heads-up display that is almost exactly the same as the other one.
Yes,
but with, like,
that is
glitter.
correct. The only right answer to that. What are some hurdles they face on maybe their journey to find the karate wizard? Or
well, obviously more zombies, more infected. But I like the idea that this wizard that they're after is kind of like enchanted a small area of the. I imagine this all takes place in the desert because they're walking through the desert at the end.
Of course,
but he's enchanted a small section of the desert with like this kind of force field. And since Master Chief went down, they're sending backup, and there's another group of ops on their way. But the second they cross this force field, all their high tech suits and stuff also turn into medieval armor. and because they don't know how to, they're not familiar with this kind of weaponry, they get taken down by the zombies. So it's just Boss and Goodman and Merlin having to take on this guy on their own.
Okay. The idea of a scene that is just there for time padding, like nothing actually moves forward from it.
Right.
It's like a whole 30 minutes of we focus on another team. We cut away from all the Boss, Goodman, Merlin stuff into like another small room with a group of guys being briefed, and then they hop into a prop plane and start flying towards the zone where they're going to parachute in. And as they're parachuting down, which was a thing in the first movie, they parachute, right? They don't show them parachuting at all.
No.
Which would have been and then doing a little knee bend as they hit the ground.
Yeah.
And them like
something-
rolling up their parachutes.
So something similar to this, but as soon as they cross through the little force field, they each just plop straight on the ground in these heavy suits of armor, killing them instantly.
I was gonna say, does that kill them? Is
Yeah.
I
falling?
would like to say, too, like, and like the magic doesn't even do like a 1-to-1 conversion. Like, it doesn't turn the plane into a dragon or anything. It's just straight up like the little chariot thing from Skyrim. Like, it just becomes that. And it's like, oh, you're finally awake. They just plummet to the ground.
It's Da Vinci's first design of a flying machine, and the pilot's
Yeah.
like, whoa, whoa! They all crash to the ground. They do deploy their parachutes. That doesn't change. They're still parachutes. They're like a little more primitive. However, because they're wearing a suit of armor, they do not work at all. So yeah, they basically get crushed on impact. So that sucks. We did get introduced to each of them. Some of them were given backstories. One of them is really close to retirement. They were each given names, and we started to care about them. But they did die
none
immediately.
Of those names should be a name a human being that's been alive and drawn breath on this earth has ever had.
That yes,
Except
If
for
we're-
one.
Yeah, one of them gets like a totally real name, and the rest is like, my name's Polka. Like, why? What?
Hold on, before we move on. I know we're close on time, but can we name these 4 characters real quick? Or not
yes.
their names, but who plays them? Like what actors play them? Because
Okay.
I see Weird Al Yankovic as one of these guys.
Oh man, I was going to say Zach
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis. Okay.
Yeah,
Weird Al and Zach Galifianakis. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
What'd you say? Nickel, what did you say?
Jimmy Simpson from Westworld and Always Sunny.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And he really tries. Like, he's genuinely giving a performance, and he's in a
You know
totally different movie than everyone else is.
Yeah. We used Dwayne Johnson already in an episode. So instead of him, I'm going to say Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Okay, that's
Oh, yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Yeah, and they all die, so they only have to be on set for like 15 minutes of filming, and it's
Yeah.
all heads up display. All heads up display for all of them.
I was going to say really they don't even have to be on set if we're just using a bunch of stunt doubles.
One of them, quite clearly in the corner of the screen, it says cameo.
That's like in their HUD.
Like in the HUD, it's like quite
That's-
obviously like someone
that's great.
paid
I
for a
love that.
cameo birthday thing.
Nickel.
Yeah.
We've got Goodman and Boss and Merlin hot on the trail of this karate wizard. Give me the big moment. What happens upon introduction? They finally got him.
I need to let you know, just to circle around to it eventually. I have now written the end line for this in my head. Don't let me get away with not saying it. It's magnificent. You'll love it so much. But
Okay, I believe in you.
so they get there. They've found the big bad already. Somehow, like that in between scene, they've gotten to the big bad. But then they realize that they still have to hand in like another 20 minutes of movie. So he has to get away somehow.
Okay, I mean that's
So-
fine.
Yeah. So he casts a Diablo 2 firewall. Like just like one of those like big, but like it's literally just the effect from Diablo 2. Like they just took it from the asset files.
It's like really pixelated, like on screen.
Yeah. Like,
That's
as
beautiful.
it's coming up, and they're like, "Oh man, these suits aren't made for fire," and it's like they might be. I don't know. But he does remember that he was given a couple of spells by Merlin, like as part of his gadgets thing. So he just smashes one of the spells that apparently are very important to defeating this guy on himself. Because it's not this film unless he uses a valuable resource on himself with no knowledge
Right.
of whether or not that
And
will
only
help.
uses it for two swings of a hammer.
Yeah, so he does that.
Right.
He does that, and he swings, and he takes the firewall down. Like a door opens up in it, but now the bad guy's gone, and they have to reset chasing him again.
But oh no, when he was leaving, he opened up yet another portal. More demons are coming out.
Oh yes.
And Goodman, unfortunately, gets pretty wounded in this fight. How are we gonna help her?
The big baddie is kind of like the bad guy doesn't speak at all, just like the big bad from the first one.
Wait, hold on, wait. If we're gonna make the bad guy voiceless, we need to cast him as like the person playing him needs to be like synonymous with like perfect voice.
Oh, so like it would have been great if they said something, but they just didn't even get it.
Right.
Um,
I also
I
just
kind of
looked
like
up
the idea of
Immortal
Morgan
Masks.
Freeman as a bad wizard.
Yeah.
who
I
doesn't.
mean, that's what I
speak
was
at
going
all.
to say.
I
Is
did
James
look
Earl
up
Jones
the,
still alive?
James Earl Jones is like 90s, in his 90s.
Yeah,
He
he's
could
alive.
stick around for it.
What were you going to say, Nickel?
Oh, I was checking on immortalmasks.com because I was assuming that's what they were going to use for the thing. And they do just have like a straight up wizard mask. So good news. We're good
Well,
to go on the
look
set
at
for this.
that.
But yeah,
So,
as this baddie is hovering over Goodman about to take her out, that's when a ninja star flies into its neck.
you are not
and
doing
Boss
this to
says, "I threw that shit before I came around."
Yeah, take it, own it.
Okay. So Ninja Wizard, Morgan Freeman Ninja Wizard gets knocked to the ground by a ninja star. Wait, did I say Ninja Wizard?
I think
I meant
the
Probably. Who
Wizard.
knows?
I meant Karate Wizard.
Karate Wizard was the go-to that I would buy a T-shirt that was just like of a Karate Wizard.
Yeah.
I might draw that T-shirt before this episode goes up.
So I'll give that
Hold on,
another
so-
take. Morgan Freeman, the Karate Wizard, gets knocked to the
Yes.
ground by a ninja star that Boss threw before they came into the room. How does this end? Do they spare this wizard? Do they apprehend him?
Well,
Do they
he's a
inject him with a
karate
vaccine?
wizard. He's a karate wizard, so they need to have a
Michael J.
slightly
White.
extensive fight.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Now it is all stuntmen because everyone's in suits
Yeah,
of
yeah.
armor, but yes, they get into a fight, and then Nickel, you can wrap this up for us.
So the Karate Wizard has a very floppy wand that he just kind of is a weird proboscis end to it that he kind of just drags against the faces of those he's up again. Very reminiscent of the weird xenomorph stuff.
I am so bothered by the phrase floppy wand.
Floppy wand, man. Karate Wizard
Oh.
floppy wand. Live with what we've made today.
I'm gonna sleep in this bed.
Yeah. Are we wrapping it? Are we at the end?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
give
So
us
during the
that line.
he realizes he has one spell left. So he unclips the little bottle from his waist. I'm very proud of what's about to happen. And he holds it up above his head and he says, "You like spells? F-U-C-K. That spells fuck you."
I like how you said F-U-C-K. That spells fuck you, but Y-O-U wasn't involved in the spelling.
I want it to be known 100% on purpose was to get the badass line wrong. Like,
Holy shit! You like spells?
F-U-C-K. That spells
fuck you.
And he smashes it on its head, and they then show the reaction faces of the heads-up display of Goodman and Boss, but you do not see the wizard go down because budgetarily, no money left. There is just not even a day of filming left. You just hear squeals, and like someone's got like a red and blue flashlight that they're just going to town on.
The whole budget was spent on those cameos.
And then they walk
Yeah.
away, but as they're walking away, they take off one of their magic helmets and they throw it on the ground, and through the magic helmet, you can hear, "Now the aliens are coming."
They're very on the
Trilogy,
nose.
baby.
And now the aliens. Okay, that's beautiful. And that was called Demon Zone.
Demon Zone.
Keep a lookout for it on Tubi. I'm sure we'll be contacted sometime within the next few weeks. We'll have their people contact our people, and
We'll have it out by next year.
There's a very important thing while looking up stuff for this movie that I want to bring up on here, and I don't know if there's a spot for it, but I'm using this time, and I'm wasting
go for
everyone's time on this. There is a review for this movie on IMDb that humbly only gives it a 9 out of 10.
Now we are talking about Dead Zone, right? Not our sequel.
We're talking about Dead Zone.
Okay, go ahead.
It is like a solid page of text that like goes scene by scene about how awesome this movie is. And I just want to bring up that their only complaints, like the main drawback has to be found in the team's ability to distance themselves and be stealthy, meaning we don't get as many action scenes because of how great this elite team is. Like they realized at the end they had to like I can't do all praise. I have to do like, man, the team's too good. So,
I don't
like,
think we watched the same movie.
It doesn't like, we don't get all the action we would normally associate with this. And I'm like, and then it also does like, also the heads up displays are kind of funny. Like we gotta like listen. We get it. Like we after all that, we still gonna be like nah. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
And that has a rating of 0 helpful, 1 not helpful for the reviews.
Was that one you?
It was me.
Mr. Nickel, I do want to say thank you for joining us here.
I mean, I'm so sorry that this is
Look,
what we've done with our week.
It's a bittersweet moment. You know, you sacrificed stuff. We sacrificed some stuff. We did have to watch Dead Zone. Is there anywhere that the audience can find you physically, like your address?
I don't want after this. I don't want them to find.
Okay, fine. I'll settle with digitally. Where can they find you digitally?
You can find me on TikTok under Mr. Nickel, and you can do a nice deep dive on a thing called Ships of the Northern Fleet over there. You'll have a good old time with that.
You're a monster.
Or you can find me on Instagram at Dork Zombie.
Is it really Dork Zombie?
That's my Instagram handle, Dork
How
Zombie.
funny.
That has been, you know, when people are like, "Oh, it's the same email I've had since high school." Yep,
That was the case?
that was it.
Okay, cool. Xavier, do you have any housekeeping you want to do?
Yeah, you can find our podcast on Instagram under I forgot the username.
Part two
underscore pod. Part 2 underscore pod, where we'll post a some images from Dead Zone, as well as a mock up poster for Demon Zone. And yeah, there's some other social medias we don't use as much. Gonna have to revamp all that stuff up, but yeah. And if you guys want, leave us some feedback on this episode, any other episode on Instagram. We try to write back to everybody who comments to us, which isn't very many, so we definitely have the time to do so.
Chain left another comment saying that we make Mondays tolerable, so you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Chain. Novice Gamer Girl also comments a lot on our Instagram, so shout out to her as well, who was a guest on a previous episode.
Yes.
But
to ensure comments, I like to just give them a code phrase to type in. So just go in with the code phrase Karate Wizard.
Karate Wizard!
There you go, Karate Wizard.
Yeah. I want to give a personal thanks to Peyton Pedkis for our intro and outro themes. Very talented man, very, very, I was going to say talented friend, and I'm going to stick to that. He's a very talented friend. And also a thank you to you for listening. I hope you had as much fun as we did. We usually have a good time doing this. We haven't done this ever, but next week we know what movie we're going to watch. So if everyone listening wants to watch that as well, so you could play along during the trivia sections, it is called Spaghetti Man. That's why
are you doing this to yourself? What terrible sin are you atoning for?
And just like every week, I am your roommate Roger.
And I'm your roommate Xavier.
I'm dead inside.
And we will see you next week on part 2.
The sequel.
Oh, the sequel.
Nope. Try again.
Oh, what? Part 2, the sequel.
Just say continued.
Continued.
I'll cut out the rest.
No, leave it all. Leave this too.